Hey there, mind artisans. Ever felt your heart racing, palms sweating, and a sudden overwhelming fear? You might have experienced a panic attack. They can be terrifying, but today, we're diving into 5 effective ways to halt them in their tracks. Let's get started. 1. The power of grounding. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Panic attacks are intense, often unexpected experiences that can hit out of the blue. They're not just a bad moment. They're overwhelming feelings of losing control, heart palpitations, excessive sweating, and even a choking sensation. But here's the thing, panic attacks are physical reactions to mental perceptions. Understanding this is the first step to take control. Alright, let's dive into our first strategy. Ever heard of the grounding technique? It's a proven method to anchor yourself back to the present moment. Here's how it works. Before you begin, find a place where you can sit or stand comfortably. Avoid crossing your arms or feet. If you can, rest your feet flat on the ground. This physical connection with the floor will serve as your initial anchor. Feel the stability of the ground beneath your foot and push gently into your soles. Engage your sight. 5 things you see. Look around and identify 5 neutral objects in your surroundings. Simply name them in your mind, such as keyboard, coffee mug, chair, painting, window. Tune into sounds. For things you hear, focus on the ambient sounds around you. Identify and name 4 distinct sounds, like colleague talking, my own breathing, someone typing.
I can hear you. Actually, I can hear everything.
Feel your surroundings. 3 things you touch. Become aware of 3 things you're currently touching. Name each sensation in your mind, such as lips touching each other, back against the chair, feet inside shoes. This tactile connection further grounds you into the environment. Engage your sense of smell. 2 things you smell. Take a moment to identify 2 smells around you. It could be the perfume you're wearing or the aroma of coffee.
I smell it in the air.
If you can't find 2 distinct smells, that's okay. The act itself is about awareness. Taste. 1 thing you taste. Finally, focus on your sense of taste. If you're not eating or drinking, simply be aware of the natural taste in your mouth or the lingering taste of something you recently consumed. If you have a drink nearby, take a sip and concentrate on its flavor. You might be wondering, why does naming random things around me help? Well, when panic strikes, our mind often detaches from the present and spirals into a whirlwind of distressing thoughts. Grounding techniques, like the one we just discussed, act as a mental anchor, pulling you back to the here and now. Knowing these strategies is great, but practicing them regularly can make all the difference. Just like a fire drill, the more you practice, the better you'll be at handling the real thing. So, next time you're feeling calm and relaxed, try the grounding technique. Familiarize yourself with it, so when panic does strike, you're ready to roll. 2. Deep breathing techniques. Breathing. It's something we do every day without a second thought. But in moments of panic, our breath can be our anchor. Deep breathing reduces tension, and you can use it anytime, anywhere. Let's break it down.
Breathe in, breathe out.
2-second breathing. Inhale. Breathe in deeply through your nose, counting to 2. 1, 2. Feel your chest and abdomen rise as you fill them with air. Hold. Pause and hold that breath, counting another 2 seconds. 1, 2. Feel the stillness. Exhale. Slowly release the breath through your nose, counting to 2, 1, 2. Repeat this cycle once, focusing solely on your breath and the counting. Simple, right? Now continue to 3 seconds. 3-second breathing. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, embrace the stillness for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, steadily for 3 seconds. Repeat, until you feel comfortable breathing this way. And then, 4 seconds and beyond, continue to challenge yourself. Go for 4 seconds, then 5, 6, and so on, until you reach 10. Don't push yourself if it doesn't feel right. The goal? Reach 5 minutes of this rhythmic breathing. Why does this work? Slow, deep breaths, especially prolonged exhales, activate our parasympathetic system,
encouraging parasympathetic response.
Let's get a bit technical, but not too much. Our actions are governed by two systems, the sympathetic and parasympathetic. The former prepares us for intense activities, like running from danger. It's what flares up in the fight or flight response, and also during a panic attack. The latter? It's all about relaxation and pleasure, think, rest and digest. It's the system behind resting, digestion and going potty and even sexual arousal. By focusing on deep breathing, you're activating this rest and digest system, effectively shutting down the panic response. Instead of spiraling down into a panic attack, use this tool. A simple, yet effective technique that requires no equipment, just your breath. It's personal, it's powerful, and truly helpful. 3. Rapid muscle relaxation. Imagine being able to harness the energy of your panic and redirect it. That's the essence of rapid muscle relaxation. It's all about intentional tension followed by a deliberate release. First things first, find a quiet and comfortable space. This technique requires your full attention, so ensure you won't be disturbed. And don't try this while driving. Tension time. The goal here is to intentionally tense specific muscle groups, one at a time, until every muscle is under tension. Start by clenching your fists. Feel the tension in your fingers, palms, and even up to your forearms. Hold this tension and be aware of the sensation. Tighten your facial muscles. Squint your eyes, purse your lips, and furrow your brow. It might feel a bit silly, but it's all part of the process. Take a deep breath and hold it, tightening your chest and stomach muscles. Imagine you're bracing for a tickle attack. Bring your knees and feet close, as tight as you can. Press your feet firmly on the ground, curling your toes inward. Hold this for a count of 5 seconds. Feel every muscle working in unison. Release and relax. After holding the tension for about 5 seconds, it's time for the magic moment. Release. Let every muscle go limp. Let it all go in one swift motion. Imagine you're a gooey, melty marshmallow. Take a moment to really feel the stark contrast between tension and this newfound relaxation. The warmth and calmness spreading through each muscle group. This is your body's natural relaxation response. Go through the tension and release cycle a few times. As you get more comfortable, you can extend the tension phase or focus on different muscle groups. The key is to be mindful of the sensations and really focus on the feeling of warmth spreading through your body. For an added layer of relaxation, you can pair this technique with deep, rhythmic breathing. As you relax your whole body, at the end of this technique, start the breathing technique from earlier. Inhale deeply through your nose. 1, 2, 3, hold and exhale. 4. Stopping harmful thoughts. Ever felt trapped in a cycle of distressing thoughts? Those relentless intrusive images or ideas that just won't let go? They can add up to a full-blown panic attack. But what if you had the power to hit the stop button on them? Let's break it down.
Where is the stop button on this?
Acknowledge the thought. First, recognize the distressing thought or image. Don't shy away, face it head on. Physical cue. While holding that thought, give your arm a gentle pinch. This physical sensation acts as a trigger to interrupt the thought process. Mental command. In your mind, firmly say the word stop. Feel the authority in that command. Then, take a deep breath in, let it out slowly while focusing on the word. Calm. Shift the scene. Now, transport yourself to your happiest memory. Maybe it's a serene beach, a tranquil forest, or a cozy evening by the fireplace. Immerse yourself in that scene for 20 seconds, soaking in every detail. Think of the sensation of sand running through your fingers, the feeling of wind on your face, and the sounds of the waves crashing onto the shore. To truly make this technique work, it's imperative that you do it every time that distressing thought creeps in. Over time, you're essentially rewiring your brain to swap out the negative with a positive, preventing a potential panic attack. This method works by actively disrupting the neural pathways that produce the distressing thought. By consistently replacing it with a positive image, you're training your brain to take a different route, one that leads to peace instead of panic. 5. Medication as a last resort. Medication should always be seen as a last-ditch effort, only when other methods have failed. If you're battling uncontrollable panic attacks, it's crucial to consult a psychiatrist. Left untreated, these attacks can intensify and become more frequent. There are two primary medicinal approaches to panic attacks. The first involves SSRIs, which prevent future attacks. But since our focus is on halting an ongoing panic attack, we'll zoom in on the second approach. This approach involves taking a pill as and when needed, especially when you sense an imminent panic attack. The recommended drug belongs to the benzodiazepines class.
Pills?
However, it's vital to stress that this should be your last line of defense. Before resorting to benzodiazepines, try the other 4 techniques, consult a psychotherapist or psychiatrist, and seek long-term prevention methods. Benzodiazepines induce relaxation and vary based on how quickly they take effect and their duration. For emergencies, rapid-acting ones like alprazolam, Xanax, 0.5 to 1 mg, and lorazepam, Ativan, 0.5 to 1 mg are most suitable. It's essential to understand that these should only be taken when absolutely necessary. Regular use can lead to increased tolerance. That means you will need a bigger dose for the same response, and to addiction, that means you will have the craving to take the pill when you don't need to, and ultimately lead to withdrawal. Panic attacks are a challenge many face, but as we've explored, there are strategies to manage and overcome them. Whether you choose anchoring techniques, deep breathing, muscle relaxation, or even medication, recognizing the issue and seeking help is paramount. You might need to experiment and familiarize yourself with the techniques, because every individual is unique and what works for one might not work for another. Mental health is just as vital as physical health. So, always prioritize your well-being and seek the methods that resonate best with you. There you have it, mind artisans. 5 simple yet effective ways to combat those daunting panic attacks. Remember, you're not alone in this, and with the right tools and techniques, you can craft a stronger, more resilient mind. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit. Craft your brain. Subscribe for more.